The 2018 heroes performed a wide array of feats, rescuing residents on their routes from fires or crimes, stopping a runaway Jeep, using their foreign language knowledge to save folks, and helping the elderly with medical issues. And while their actions differed, they stem from the same factors that I think we're all familiar with, which is the knowledge of the neighborhood, commitment of the well-being of the residents, awareness of the surroundings, and a readiness to act when necessary, whatever the dangers might be. Every day, letter carriers help people who need help, sometimes at great personal risk. Maybe they spot warning signs that an elderly person is in distress. They investigate and they act quickly. Perhaps they pull a child from a car wreck, or they improve the quality of life of someone on their route. Next, we're going to do our National Hero of the Year. Jason Moss of Tampa, Florida, Branch 599, and John Sylvain of South Florida, Branch 1071. And with Brother Moss today is Branch President Tony Diaz, and with Brother Sylvain are his girlfriend Tisha, and let's see, Mark Travers didn't make it. Okay, thanks for coming. This final category is pretty interesting in its own right. For the first time in the 4 decades plus that we've been doing this Heroes event, the judges have selected 2 National Heroes of the Year. Jason Moss of Tampa, Florida, and John Sylvain of South Florida each risked their lives battling heat and smoke to save 2 residents apiece trapped by fires in their homes in separate incidents that were virtually mirror images of each other. And the symmetry is reinforced by the fact, of course, that they are both Floridians. We thought of flipping a coin, but in the interest of time, we're going to do this in alphabetical order. Sorry, John. Jason Moss, who lives in Valrico, was delivering his route in the Tampa suburb of Sulphur Springs on June 9th of last year, when, as he put it, I noticed smoke and something smelt like burnt tires. Looking closer, he saw smoke billowing from a nearby home and the homeowner standing outside talking on the phone. Jason pulled over and asked the man if he was burning tires. "No," he said, "my house is on fire." The man seemed to be in shock, but Jason elicited from him the information that his father was in the house, along with the 2 dogs. The carrier felt the need to take action. The son was in shock, he said. He was stunned at the moment, and he didn't know what to do. After telling the son to call 911, Jason found a way inside the house by opening some window screens. The elderly father, Terry Sims, responded to Jason's calls from the back of the house and said that he was bedridden. Jason tried to help, but overcome by thick black smoke, he dropped to his knees and crawled back out of the window, even as the roof was melting. Unwilling to give up, Jason tried a second time, but again was overcome by smoke. Finally, a responding police officer joined him. They tried to break out a side window that would have provided access to the man's bedroom, but it was blocked by a bookcase. Finally, an officer with training and with a respirator entered the house and was able to get the man from his bed and hand him over to Jason and the first officer, who had entered once again, this time with their shirts tied around their faces. The 2 helped the elderly resident out through the window. Firefighters then arrived, and as they worked from the roof in the back of the house, to contain the fire, the carrier entered through the living room window, knocked out the air conditioning unit, cleared the panel out, and got the 2 dogs out of the house. Jason, who was covered by the man's blood, was checked out by the EMTs and was treated at the hospital for smoke inhalation. The elderly resident was eventually moved to a nursing home. And despite praise from the family, firefighters, and local media, the carrier brushed off any accolades. I thought I was just doing what everyone else would do, but everyone thinks I'm nuts, the 13-year postal veteran said. As the judges saw it, Jason acted selflessly and courageously. He made repeated attempts during the significant fire, they said. The situation was hugely dangerous, and he was putting his life on the line for another life. The recognition is an honor, Jason said. It's crazy that a group of people thought what I did was pretty cool, he said. I really didn't want the attention, but I'm going with it. It's another person's life. I'm not gonna let someone die. Well, Jason, that's exactly what you prevented, and we couldn't be prouder of you. Now, before presenting both awards simultaneously, or at the same time, I want to turn to John Sylvain, also a National Hero of the Year recipient. Now, John is a Fort Lauderdale resident. He was delivering his route in Margate on April 12th of this year. And driving up to a curbside box, as he typically did, he noticed that things were amiss at a home with 2 residents, including a tenant in his 80s named Donald Hicks. I knew both gentlemen and talked to them every day, he said. I was looking for Mr. Hicks to yell, "Good morning," as always, but that wasn't the case. At that point, the next-door neighbor yelled, "Help, the old man." So John pulled his truck over and noticed dark, ominous-looking smoke coming from the house. And someone called out that the homeowner, Lou DeDonimesis, was asleep inside the burning house. The carrier said that he knew he had to go in. He parked his LLV, locked it, and ran towards the side door of the house. John, who's a 5-year Army veteran, got 2 or 3 feet inside the kitchen, which was engulfed in smoke. He spotted Mr. Hicks, unable to find a way out, and he guided him. Then the carrier went back inside, armed with a fire extinguisher. Someone gave me an extinguisher. I believe it was the next-door neighbor, he told the Fox TV affiliate in Miami. I was trying to extinguish the fire. I couldn't do it from the inside. By then, the homeowner was awake, and as he later told the TV station, leaving the house, he witnessed the letter carrier trying to put out the flames with a fire extinguisher. With the homeowner's permission, John broke the window to give himself a better angle and then started spraying the fire. And at that point, someone yelled, "The dogs, the dogs." I ran to get the dogs, John said, but the smoke was too thick to breathe and to see, so I couldn't. And it was very, very hot. I went back out to get air. He added, a city worker escorted me across the street, sat me down, and gave me water to wash out my eyes. He was treated for smoke inhalation and was hospitalized for 4 days. Unfortunately, the 2 dogs were lost in the fire. Neighborhood residents praised the carrier to local news outlets. But Sylvain, a 4th-year letter carrier, insists he is not a hero. I was just trying to help, he said. And I just want to take a minute, John, to read Representative, your Congressman Deutsche, right before we came here, wanted to send a statement to read to you. He said, I was so proud to hear of John Sylvain's heroic actions. He went above and beyond the call of duty to save lives while putting himself at risk. I'm also grateful for his service in our military defending our nation. He is certainly most deserving of this honor. I also want to express my sincere appreciation for all letter carriers and the work you do every day. Representative Ted Deutsche. In naming John a 2018 National Hero of the Year, the judges commended his selfless and brave action during the fire's huge, dangerous exposure and said he was going above and beyond his duties. Incredible. John said he didn't expect this type of honor, but added, I just hope someone will see something good being done and pay it forward. Brothers Jason Moss and John Sylvain, it's a great honor, a double honor at that, to present both of you with the award as our 2018 National Heroes of the Year. Congratulations.
First and foremost, I would like to thank everybody for coming and showing me the respect and showing Jason the respect. We're very appreciative of what you guys did for us this week and the recognition that you gave us. I'm very proud to be a United States Army vet. Thank you again to Miss Ebony, Brandon, Nassim, Peter, Dennis. I cannot remember the two retirees' names, Steve and Joe, I believe. And, you know, anyone else I forgot, I apologize. Oh, I forgot my man here, Tony. I thank you guys very much. We do all we can for everyone in the United States of America as letter carriers. We do much more than deliver mail, like everyone says, which is true. But at the end of the day, we want to be positive role models for any and everyone. I believe in if you do more positive things in the world, you'll get more positive back into the world. And I would like to thank my Lord Jesus for putting me in a place at the right time for those, for me helping Mr. Hicks and Mr. Liu. Thank you.
I would like to thank everybody that's here, including Geneva and Christina, for everything they've done for all of us heroes. I mean, from, like I said, Ebony, he pretty much got everybody, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But as a letter carrier, I would like to say that, you know, to be in that place at that time is divine intervention. I don't care what anybody says, we're here for a reason. Sometimes we're in certain places at certain times, and sometimes we're not, but at this time, like with our situation is, I'm a T6, and I'm not supposed to be there. I'm an hour earlier, hour later, the event never happened. So like this time, I'd like to thank the man upstairs, like I said, for putting us all in here and putting us out in front of the public to assist all of everybody. And like I said, thank you for the Post Office for giving me the opportunity to do this. Thank you.
And I think your president said it best. You do more than deliver mail. You represent the Postal Service. You care about your community. You live in these communities. And your selfless acts, your humanitarian efforts, deserve this recognition. So I want to thank you on behalf of the Postal Service for your contributions to our society, to your neighbor. Know that you make a difference.